Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I wanted to drop on real quick to tell you guys about the Mystery Bundle Plus Mystery Challenge that we've got going. We have some mystery bundles up, and you better hurry and go over there because as soon as I posted them, not more than 2 minutes ago, they've already started buying them. So stop the video right now, go over there and grab your mystery bundle if you want. You can click on the website link that's below, and it's the very first image right there. It'll have this right here on it. But we only had 38 to begin with, and some of them have already been purchased. But we also have the mystery challenge that's going to go along with this, and we're going to have some giveaways. We'll have 3 giveaways. One for a $50 gift card to our store, one for a $25 gift card to the store, and one for a $15 gift card to the store. And all of the information on this is over on the blog at journalsbyme.com. You'll see this picture there, click below it, and you can see all the information of how to enter and that kind of thing. You're automatically entered when you purchase one of the mystery kits or mystery bundles, but you don't have to participate if you don't want to. It's just if you want to do it. We thought we would give back to you as much as we could. Also, all of the proceeds of this money that comes off of these bundles goes to our youth, Bethany, Brooklyn, and Presley, to go to the Christian conference. It's called Arise, and it'll be in Pigeon Forge, I think, this year. Kids from all over the world come to that. Two of our girls went last year, Bethany and Presley, and they absolutely loved it. They learned so much, and it's a lot of preaching, Bible teaching, a lot of games, a lot of fun. But, I mean, basically, it's to help the youth in the world learn about the Lord. So, anyway, I wanted to tell you about that real quick. So pause the video right now, go grab your bundle, then come back. And hopefully by the time this video goes up, all the bundles won't be gone. If they are, I apologize. I did send out an email and I posted it on the Facebook group. So hopefully you've already picked up yours anyway. So we're going to work on this journal today. I need to mail it out tomorrow, and I've almost got it finished. It just needs a little bit of just a few things through it. I did put this little scrap bundle in the front, or a little scrap notebook in the front. I love those little scissors on there. And this is the one that we used, our Shabby Chic Butterfly Floral, I do believe is the name of it. So, and then I've mixed some different kits in here too. This was a freebie, so I put a wrap around there. I kind of go through and show you what I've done, and then we'll add to, and we'll go ahead and ship this one out. I've got that little card in there, but I need to add something else there. That Edith Holden page. And then these are the little file folders we made the other day, and all I did was glued it to this little short piece of paper, and it still opens, and you can journal on that. So, and it just flips. And then this page, I added it in as a flip, and then it's also a tuck pocket right here, and I don't have anything in it right at the moment. And then it opens up, and you've got all kinds of journaling space. So that just folds back like that. And then these two I just glued together. They're short. I may add something on them. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided on that one. And then this is the little pocket that we made the other day, and I just tucked a little tag in that we'd already made. I clipped one of these letters, vintage letters that I have that we made on the side. All of this is things that I have made in my videos. You just have to kind of go back through them. There's a belly band. And let's see. This one is from the Vintage Sewing Machine and Flowers. This one is. And I thought that was cute. Some of these pages in here are from that one. That collection. I mixed the both because they've all got the roses and that kind of thing in them, so I thought they went well together. Then I've just tucked one of those little file folders in there. Let's see. Got a little tag tucked in there. And then this is one that we made on the video. It's got the pocket down here and the pocket up here at the top, and I just put those in there. That's the center page. Another one there. I put a file folder in here, but I think I need to put a tag in there because I've already got 2 file folders inside this one already. And then there's So we'll pocket with the tag. So I think we need to make a couple of tags, and then we can make the writing board, and then this one will be finished, I do believe. I need to clip that on. That needs to be clipped on. Something needs to go behind that, and I need to put some seam binding in it. So I worked on this one a little while yesterday, and I didn't get it filmed because I had company going in and out, so it's just not good filming days when I've got people going in and out the door. Plus, I had a chainsaw going outside because the electric company was here cutting a tree that had, the big limb had fallen over on the power line, so they was here cutting that. And oh, I know, I started to say, wow, I got that there. I know now. I put this frame here, and I'm going to make a tag with this flower and put it in there and let that flower show through. So that's why that's there. That's probably what we'll make first. And then this just folds out, and you can write on it. Good writing space. Another Edith Holden page. And I need to put seam binding there. And I think I decided to leave that blank. And then I need to put something else here, and maybe a label or something down here, and a tag there, which this tag I think goes in there. Let's see. Yep, it does. It'll go. Okay, that tag will go in there. And then I need to make something for the back. That's probably where I'll put the writing board in the back. So let's start out by making the writing board. Let's just get it out of the way, and we'll have it done and ready to go. I'm just going to use this piece of cardstock right here. If I fold it, it's going to be thick enough and the right size, I do believe. Okay, you guys let me know, in your area, have the snakes already started coming out? Oh my goodness. I am petrified of snakes. I'm not scared of a lot of animals, but spiders and snakes, I have a phobia of them. I'm just terrified. And Brandon was out putting some weed killer the other day, and he saw a snake. He almost stepped on it. And we don't normally quit. I always put that snake away stuff here, and it helped. I mean, we never seen any snakes. Might see a little tiny one here or there, a little black racer or something like that, but not any poisonous snakes. But oh my goodness, he said that thing was huge, and he's petrified of snakes like I am. And he said, I almost stepped on that thing, and he said, I thought I was going to. He said, I screamed like a girl. He said, that's just the best way I can put it. I screamed just like a girl. And when he told me, I screamed just when him telling me. I said, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I'll be so scared. I'll be thinking they can come in the house and everything else. He said, well, if I had a gun, I'd have shot it, but I didn't have a gun. But he called Melina, and he was telling Melina how scared he was of that snake. He said, I screamed. He said, I know your mama could have probably heard me inside if she didn't have something going on. I didn't hear him, but oh me. If I'd have heard him and I'd have realized what he was screaming about, I'd have been in here screaming. I'm just going to fold that like that. It will be completely fine. This is just going to be a writing board. And for you, anybody that doesn't know what a writing board is, it's just the little board that you can put behind some of the pages in your journal that you want to write on. Because, you know, some of the pages have got some different dimension on them, just a little bit. So you need something flat and hard to write on. And so I usually try to make a writing board to go with all of them. And it doesn't have to be out of any particular paper. I just try to make it a pretty little paper. And you don't put anything on it because that would defeat your purpose. You just want something they can write on. So let me move some things off of my trimmer, and I can trim this even maybe. So that's the writing board, and I just try to make it almost the size of the page. It's of course going to be a little bit smaller, but just make it as close as I can. I think I might need to cut that with the scissors because that glue is soppy wet. And it's not going to cut good. Yeah, let's just cut it with our scissors. Now, I do put a little bit of ink around it just to cover up any white places that might be on it. Don't put a lot, I just put a little. And I'm hoping this is not too big. I didn't measure it. Let me put that up there. I'm thinking it's not going to be maybe. No, perfect size. So that will go in there. And then what you would do, let's say you wanted to write on this page. You would just put that writing board over here. And it would make it flat so that you could write on it. That is it. So let's stick that back down in there. And now we can make a tag using this one, I think. Let's see. Yeah, let's use this side and make a pretty tag. So that's the dilemma with the snake issue around here. Like I said, I'm petrified of them. Petrified, I'm telling you. And I'm not just joking. They just give me the heebie-jeebies. And same with spiders. And I know that most of the spiders that we have around here, that they're not poisonous, like the grass spiders and all that get in. But I can see one and I literally just panic. And I used to scream at Whit to come and kill them. Of course, I can't do that anymore. I have to do it myself. Bethany came over this morning to work, and she come through, and we had sprayed out here. We have to spray out here quite often in the shop because we have lots of boxes coming in. And you know, boxes means bugs. So Brandon had sprayed probably a couple of days ago, and she come in and she said, "Oh, Nana, there's a dead spider laying right here." And I said, "Well, good, we're glad he's dead." I said, "I'll get him up in a minute." So I went around there to get that spider up. Well, he was just pretending to be dead. He wasn't dead. I reached down to pick that thing up, and he moved, and I screamed. Brandon thought I had done got hurt or something. I screamed bloody murder, and he jumped up. "What is it?" I said, "The spider moved." I went ahead and got it in the... Bethany picked her feet up off the floor. She said, "Did you get it or did he run away?" I said, "I got it. He's in my napkin here." But I said, I don't want him. I said, "Here, Brandon, you take him." Ugh. I've always been afraid of them. I don't know, ever since I was a little girl. I must have got terrified when I was a little girl about over spiders or something. I have a phobia. Spiders and snakes. I often wonder why the Lord had to create those things. They don't seem like they do any good to me, but I'm sure there was a reason. Now I just wrap that around. No real reason. And then I'll just put some paper on the back. And my niece, she knows that I'm terrified of them. And she's not really that scared of them. Her and her husband get out in the field and do everything, and not really scared of them. And so she sends me pictures all the time of them just to aggravate me. And I said, one of these days, I'm going to come down there. You're going to... I'm going to have some plastic snakes, and I'm going to throw them things right at you. She said, "Well, I know that they'll be fake because you won't touch a real one." I said, "That's for sure. Not if I can help it, I won't." Now I'm just going to not worry too much if that's not completely straight. It doesn't really matter. It's just a little writing place. Just want to get that back covered up. I think I'm allergic to my desk, my craft desk. Every time I get over here, I start sneezing. And it probably could be the dust. Even though I dust it quite often, it's, you know, I live out in the country, so there's dust everywhere right now. And pollen. Oh my goodness, my car is yellow. Not white anymore, it's yellow. There we go. There's a good tag for that. What space was we going to use this in? Oh, hopefully I won't sneeze again. I'm sorry, guys. Where was we going to put this? I really don't remember. I took something out of somewhere and said, I'm going to use that. Right here. And put it in there. So that'll be good. And I'm going to ink it up a little bit, and then I'm going to punch the top. Now, a lot of you had, when I mentioned in the email yesterday about the Canva classes and Photoshop classes, a lot of you messaged me and said, I want to know now. Well, we'll get the video up Monday, the first one, and then I've already got another one that I'm working on, so we will get them done just as fast as we can, but just be patient with me. It takes time to do those teaching videos, and I don't know everything, but I'm going to teach you what little I do know. And I'm taking classes right now off of Skillshare, so I will be, as I learn things, I'll be sharing it with you. Of course, I can't share everything in the class, but I can just share, you know, what I'm learning. I can share. I can't just share it like he's teaching it, because that would be stealing from him, but I can share what I'm picking up from it. I'm just going to clip this on here. This is a little envelope we covered in one of the videos. And then we'll put something down in there, some goodies. Okay, that one just needs seam binding and something here. I didn't want to make this video too long because I wanted you guys to have a chance to go over and grab the mystery kit. So hopefully, if you haven't already, you can go over there and grab one if they haven't already been gone. Alright, let's use more of these. There they are. And I think that's going to go down in here. Yes, that's the right size. Now, I want to get that flower on it. I'm going to lay this like this for now, and I'll just try to tear around it, and we'll see what we get. Let's see. Let's cut this top off. So let's see how far down in there I'll have to put it in order for that flower to be in the middle. Okay, I need to cut some of the bottom off. See if that'll work. Let's just tuck it down in here like this first. Well, I can't tuck it in there like that, so we'll put it back on this. Gotta have something strong behind it. Okay, that's gonna work. Let's glue it like that. And I'll just cut off the little bottom portion of this. You know, I love using frames, but I forget to use them sometimes. I have them in my stash. Sometimes I just forget about them. Okay, there we go. I'll trim that off. And the reason I didn't do videos for the last few days is because we was preparing all of these kits to and the challenge and everything to try to get information up on that. So that's my reason. I was so busy. Even at night I was doing posts and writing up things and all of that. I like that. And then we can put a pull in the top. So let's go ahead and cover the back. I know a lot of you saw my hair yesterday. Bethany did my hair. Bless her heart. I felt sorry for her because I haven't been able, well, I could have gone, but I have just felt so bad with all this jaw pain that I have dealt with for the last 4 months that getting my hair done was just one of the last things on my list, you know. I barely made it working every day, and then I would just go crash. So I finally went yesterday. I got to the point where my hair was just so ratty and so yuck. And you know, my hair is naturally, I don't say natural curly, I say natural fuzzy. So when it gets pretty long, it just gets like one big fur ball. So I went yesterday and got Bethany to do my hair, and bless her heart, she did such a fantastic job. I mean, that girl, she is so smart. And I said, I hate for you to have to do this. She said, Nene, that's what I went to school for. She said, it's not a problem. She said, it's a challenge. And she said, I like challenges. So she did it so good. And I love the color and everything. And then a lot of you said, well, that looks good, but where's the front? Well, I didn't have on any makeup or anything, and my eyes were swollen because of the pollen and everything. My eyes were swollen and watery, so I just couldn't see putting my face on there yesterday. I will get my face on there for you guys, though. Look how crooked I made that. It's not in the right place, Edith. I'm going to clip it a little bit more. That's the good about this punch. You can clip a little more like that and put your ribbon in there, and it's still good. So that will go in there like that, and then we'll put some seam binding in the top. And it seems like I was going to make one for another place, wasn't I? I need to make a wider one for this, even though I am going to put some things behind it. I think I'm going to make a wider one for that one too. So yeah, I felt sorry for her, but she dealt with it, no problem. She said, it is not a problem, Nene. She's such a sweet girl. A girl that I know that have known for years that I used to have crops with and scrapbook, and she used to come to my retreats and everything. She lives not too far away from me, and she went to her day before yesterday and got her hair done, and she has this huge big head of hair, beautiful hair. She got her hair done, and she messaged me and she said, oh my goodness, what a job. She said, a lot of people don't like doing my hair because it's so thick, but she said, your granddaughter she said she just jumped right in there like it was nothing. And she said she did such an awesome job. I said, well, thank you for the compliment. I said, she works hard, and she always likes to make sure that she pleases her customers. I think I'm going to use this. The only thing we need to get her now is just more customers, because, you know, when you first start out in business, you don't have a lot of customers. And I keep telling her that to keep encouraging her. You know, when I first started out, I didn't have many customers and didn't know that many people and didn't know all of you guys. And you just have to kind of keep plugging. They'll come. Once they find out how good she is, they'll come, or they're crazy. And I know I'm a little prejudiced, right? But I'm very picky about my hair because my hair is, like I said, a fur ball. And so not very many people can do my hair because they tend to treat my hair like it's full and thick, and it's definitely not. It's thick enough, but it's very fine, and so it feels almost like baby hair. So therefore, you can't just do anything with it. Well, I didn't glue that very well. Right there. Okay. Yeah, that's a cute tag, and we'll put a backing on it, and then that one will be ready to go. Do I have another? It's gonna be a little bit small, so we're gonna grab another one. Plenty of these printed out, so I may have to trim off the. I'll tell you what, let me grab one that doesn't have the white around it. I had some of those printed before my printer decided it wanted to go crazy. It should be the right size. I think I'm going to round the corners on this, and you should always wait till it dries, but you know me. It's going to be pretty with that big butterfly. So we'll just tuck that one in behind that one. Yeah. And she'll have two there. Okay. So I think other than my letters, and I always tuck some of the vintage letters in there, I just have to find them. Find what I did with them. They're around here somewhere. Yeah, these are some of the vintage letters that I put in there and vintage documents. And these are more of the documents, but I do have letters somewhere. I'll find those, and I tuck those in behind tags and things. It makes it a lot fuller. And then I'll decorate the outside by just putting some lace, and I'll put some lace on the edges of the paper, and this will be ready to go to the customer. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to make it short. I could go on and finish this, but I'm going to make it short because I want you to have a chance to go over and grab that mystery box. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.